Good morning and happy Thursday. How's everyone feeling today? I've had a little bit of an emotional morning, but that's okay. Ready to reset my mind and reset my body for the trading session. So I'll give everybody about 2 minutes here to join all in. So come in, relax, and we will start our session. All right, cool. Let's get rolling. So, today, as always, we will start with our connecting to our why meditation. When we're trading, we have many emotions, from the emotions of fear, of failure, to the emotions of fear of allowing our trades to play out without us. These fears can hijack our nervous system and really set us out on a spiral of emotions that we do not intend to make. So every morning, as we connect to our why in our trading session, what it does is it grounds our mind and grounds our body in our purpose and our long-term goals. What this does is that it allows us in those tough moments to make the right decisions. So take a minute now and just relax your body. We'll put our feet flat on the floor and just focus on our breath. So as we relax our body, we can remember about trading and all of the things we see on social media. When people talk about trading, they talk about their $100,000 months. They talk about their amazing fancy vacations, their dinners. But that's not why you were called to trading. You were called to trading because God put a gift in your heart, and that gift means that you do not waste your time working for someone else. What you do is you master yourself in order to best serve God, to serve your family, to serve your community. And that serviture is through our gifts. So what we're going to do now is we're going to locate our mind. As we locate our mind in our imagination, We may see our pink squishy brain, or maybe we'll see a nice blue glow. Take a few moments now and just find your mind with me. So as we find our mind, we're going to want to drop a little white string that connects our brain to our hearts. And as we connect that string, we should feel our heart center. And as we notice our heart, we should see a nice green glow. If you're more logical, you might see your heart beating in your chest. But either way, as we focus in with our mind and our imagination, we will connect to our hearts. So now that we're connected to our heart, we can start. So the trading session is over. You just made $2,000. Great job. Now, what are you going to do with the rest of your day? Take a moment now and use your imagination to really live out that day in your mind. Live it out with as many details as possible. And as we live out those details, we should really lean in and make those emotions as strong as possible. So do that now. Live these moments in your imagination. Feel the freedom, feel the love. I'm going to count for us. Take your time. You're doing a great job. So now that we've conjured that day in our mind, really lean in and feel those emotions as strong as possible. We're going to hold them for 25 seconds. So lean in now, and I'm going to count for us. Halfway there, keep going. Amazing. Great job of connecting to your trading why with me. Now take a moment and come back into the room. Wiggle your nose, wiggle your fingers, and just come back slowly and gently. This session is about relaxation. So the more that we can move through this as relaxed as possible, the more benefits we will feel. All right, cool. So if everyone's back in the room, we can go towards our next part of this session, which is the journaling portion. Whee! Okay. So say this every day, but it's important and I love saying it. So we have a journal, and that journal is only for journaling. 2 rules are that we have a physical journal, physical pen, and this journal is strictly just for journaling. So pre-market, post-market in the same journal, that works for me. But as long as you have a physical journal that you use to write your intentions, your feelings, then that is perfect. So let's find our closest blank page. And we can start with the date. All right, cool. So the way we do our journaling here is very special. We work with our subconscious mind in order to plant intentions into our mind and into our body as if they've already happened. The way we do this is we pick 3 to 4 intentions just off the top of our head and we write them down in the past tense. This primes our mind, our body for the trading session so that we can meet those intentions. We also add a little secret spice of gratitude, which really sets us into the abundance mindset, because the more that we can be grateful for what we have, the more we can call in more to our lives. So take a moment now, write down your intentions, and then I'll go over mine and we can all read them together. Oh, I'll give you a little example. So I am so grateful that I waited patiently for my A+ setup and executed flawlessly and courageously. That is a great intention. Woo! Okay, I'm done mine, but I'll give you all about another minute here just to finish yours, and then we'll go over mine. All right, cool. Everybody done? Yeah! Okay, so let's go over mine. January 15th, a pre-market journal. All right, so I am so grateful to have been inspired by God to write my trading rules. They've allowed me to be successful in the markets. Yes, I do believe that one. I am so grateful that I waited patiently for my A plus setup and executed without hesitation. Good job, Samaya. I am so grateful that I honored my rules, my take profit, and my stop loss. And then, as always, I write a little thank you, Samaya, because we honestly don't thank ourselves enough. And the more in these emotional times that we can offer ourselves gratitude, the more that we can actually ground back to gratitude. All right, cool. So now it's time for our prayer. And the way that this works is we have 2 minutes. So the first minute you're going to take in silence and you're going to offer yourself gratitude and appreciation for how far you've come in the trading journey. Once that minute is over, then I will lead us all in a prayer together. But please take this minute now and really give yourself thanks. Perfect. Good job. All right, so I'd like to start by saying thank you to me and thank you to you for having the courage to set out on this trading journey. Living outside the box in our society is not easy. It requires courage, it requires confidence, and it requires taking a risk. But the reason why we can do all those 3 things is because we have God in our hearts. We know and we believe that the thoughts that we are given are thoughts that are given from God and allow us to achieve our full potential in this lifetime. So the more that we move forward on our trading path, and the more that we look behind us and appreciate how far we've come, the more we can ground to and align with our highest purpose. So take a moment now and give yourself a pat on the back for all of the tribulations and trials you have been through on your trading journey. They are not for nothing. You have this gift and you have this dream because you can achieve it. Thank you. So we are 10 minutes away from market open now. And the little topic I wanted to talk about today was the risk we take when we are too afraid of failure. In trading, we know that risk to reward is a really big concept, that not only defines our trading, our strategy, but also defines our success. For me, I have never been a big risk taker with money. I am more a risk taker with emotions, with actions, but with money, that has been a very big hurdle for me. So every time I put on a trade, my biggest fear was that I would lose. But what I learned and what I noticed is on the other side of fear of failure is actually our fear of success. And the more that we fear failure, the further away we get from success. So I've been on my trading journey now for 2 years. And the more I become self-aware, the more I analyze who I am and where I'm going wrong, the more I've noticed was that I'm afraid to take risks. And in that fear of taking risks actually poses the biggest risk of all, which is the risk of not doing anything. If we are comfortable with our lives, then risks don't seem necessary. But as we're moving away from comfort, as we're going from this point in our life to that point, what comes in between is our fear, our courage, and our ability to trust in ourselves and take those risks. So for me, what I noticed is that my fear of taking a risk actually becomes a risk in itself. My goal with trading is to be a stay-at-home mom and to spend all my time with my son. Right now, I have a job and I have to drop him off to daycare. And I see every morning and I see every evening when I get him just how unhappy he is. So as I face the market and as I face my fears, that risk of not taking the risk actually becomes so much riskier. Because my fear of losing actually puts my son in a position where he has to be unhappy. Because I did not have the courage to lose. But guess what? I took the time and I learned why I was afraid to lose. And now I am no longer. So thank you, God, for this inspiration. Thank you for showing me that my fear of taking the risk is actually the biggest risk of all. Yeah! Okay, cool. All right, if everyone's ready, we're going to do our breathing exercise. Our breathing exercise will calm our minds and calm our nervous system in order to send us in to market open with a calm that cannot be disturbed. So take a moment now, put your feet flat on the floor, and we're just going to start by breathing. Be present with your breath, and I will offer us instructions here. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through our nose for 7 seconds. As we breathe in, we're going to imagine all the beautiful, resilient energy from Mother Nature supercharging our being. As all that amazing positive energy fills our body, we will notice a staleness in our stomach. So on the exhale, we're going to breathe all that staleness out and we're going to give it back to Mother Nature. All right? Let's go. In for 7. Hold for 2. And all that staleness back for 8. In for 7. Hold for 2. And out for 8. In for 7. Hold for 2. And out for 8. All right, last one. Let's make it count. In for 7. Hold for 2. And out for 8. Amazing. Great job taking this time to invest in your trading mindset with this session here. Thank you so much. Now it's your turn. Go off, go trade. You have all the skills, all the knowledge, and now your mind and body is relaxed to tackle the trading session. You got this, my friend. I love you very much, and I'll see you all tomorrow